We always went to the library. This was a safe haven for us.
Now it will forever be the place where this family suffered a tragic and sudden loss. On September 15th, Azure Ford sent her 14-year-old son and his little brother Marshall to the Bronx Library Center to pass the time while she cooked Sunday dinner. At 3:15 p.m., police were called to the facility when 2-year-old Marshall appeared to be choking on a piece of candy. When first responders arrived, cops say the unconscious and unresponsive toddler was rushed to St. Barnabas Hospital, where he was pronounced dead.
I was dragged away from my son's dead body, and I didn't get to finish saying goodbye, to go into an interrogation room for hours. I felt like a criminal. And I still don't even know who gave this candy to my son.
Speaking only on 12, Azure and her attorney, Sanford Rubenstein, tell us they're going to court next week.
I'm really sad, y'all. I'm really, really sad. So, let's just start off with that. There was a mother who lost her 2-year-old kid. She sends him to the public library with her 14-year-old while she's cooking dinner. And what happens is somebody gave her kid a candy, and he passes away, the 2-year-old. So the same mother woke up this morning, went to work, I'm assuming 6 a.m., and by 8:20 she was dead. An MTA subway operator died in a Bronx train yard Thursday morning, possibly due to cardiac arrest. The transit worker, 38 years old, Azure Ford, was found lying unresponsive and face up on the tracks at Mashula Yard at 8:20 a.m., August 11, according to NYPD. Paramedics brought her to Montefiore Hospital, where she was pronounced dead, possibly from cardiac arrest, according to the law enforcement sources. There was no indications of trauma or her body injuries from touching the electrified third rail, and police don't suspect criminality in her death, an NYPD spokesman said. First of all, in order to be a operator, there's a process, and it's a hard one. You have to study. You have to pass all type of exams to get to that point. This was a strong 38-year-old woman who did that. Probably got to work at 6, had a little bit of breakfast. 8:20, she's moving the train, feels funny, jumps out the train maybe to get some help, and just falls on her back. They take her to Montefiore and she dies. This lady had a broken heart already from her 2-year-old dying. I can't imagine losing my kid at whatever age. Could you imagine 2 years old? The trauma, the pain, the suffering. The only part that makes me feel better is that she's probably hugging her 2-year-old right now. But then she left the 14-year-old behind. Who knew what was going on with this young lady? But it just kills me because, I'm from the Bronx, born and raised, and I always cover stories from the Bronx. And we lost not only a mother, but an essential worker, a worker who keeps New York City moving, just like sanitation workers, just like peace officers, just like mailmen. They keep New York moving. And we lost this young lady at the age of 38. I feel saddened. I can't imagine what the 14-year-old boy is feeling right now. But it hurts me to know that he will never hear his mother talk to him again. I hope his family could embrace him and get him some type of therapy, because that's automatic mental health problems. At 14, how do you understand that? You take your little brother to the library, he dies on you. You probably still sleeping, it's summer, no school. You get a call that your mother died. My prayers go out to Miss Ford's family, to the 14-year-old that's gonna feel alone from today on. This was a hard-working woman with a broken heart that said, I still have to go to work. I still have to pay my bills. And I'm going all out for my kid. It makes me really sad. I found out this story before it hit because I have MTA worker friends who actually work in that same yard. And I go by that yard every day. May you sleep in eternal peace, Miss Ford. And I hope you hugging and with your 2-year-old son right now. In life, you never know what's going to happen. Make sure you live with a clean heart. And keep fighting for your family and fighting for what's yours, like Miss Ford. Stay encouraged. And go in peace.
I kept trying, kept failing, game plan, kept changing, dreams fading, started hesitating, couldn't deal with the agitation, it only led to the aggravation of not having the ones who had some things was stunting and bluffing, had a green